Hi everyone. Today we'll be going over dimensional analysis, which is a fancy way of going from one unit to another. In order to go from one unit of measurement to another, you need something called a conversion factor. So this is a set of units that are equal to one another. For example, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So when you're converting from one unit to the other, the unit that you are working with initially needs to be canceled out. So in order to cancel out a number, you have to divide it by itself. So when we're doing the conversion, we're going to end up putting it on the bottom so that it can be canceled out. And this will make more sense as we do some examples. So before we get into the chemistry and, more difficult conversions, we're going to use something very basic just to help you see the method behind converting units. So you want to see what your conversion factors are. In this case, I have 25 chickens can be traded in for 1 pig. So that's one conversion factor. 10 pigs could be traded in for 1 cow. 2 cows can be traded in for 3 horses. So if I want to know how many horses could be exchanged for 1,500 chickens, that is what I'm going to start with. And then from there, use my conversion factors to find out how many horses that is. So one way to solve dimensional analysis problems is with something called the guess method. So you start off with your given. So what number value are you given? In this case, we have 1,500 chickens. So that's what we're going to work with, and that's what we're going to start with. The unknown is what you're trying to get to. So what is that final unit that you want? In this case, I want to know how many horses are going to be exchanged for 1,500 chickens. And then lastly, we have the conversion factors or the equations that we're going to need to get from 1,500 chickens to horses. So the information I have is that there's 25 chickens equal to 1 pig, 10 pigs equals 1 cow, and 2 cows equals 3 horses. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to start always with the given. So I have 1,500 chickens. Now, to cancel out chickens and go to another unit, I'm going to use the first conversion factor, which is that 25 chickens is equal to 1 pig. So I'm going to multiply that by a fraction where I put 25 chickens on the bottom. And the reason for that is because chickens divided by chickens will be 1. So that unit will cancel out, and I'm left with the unit of pigs. So if I did 1,500 divided by 25, that would give me pigs, okay? So right now chickens have canceled out, and I'm left with pigs, okay? But we don't want pigs, we want horses. So we're going to do another conversion factor, okay? Here I have that 10 pigs is equal to 1 cow, so I'm going to put 10 pigs on the bottom, and that's for 1 cow. Okay, now pigs divided by pigs will cancel, but I am left with cows. Okay, notice I'm not canceling out the numbers. I need the numbers to get my final answer. So don't touch the numbers, you're just concerned with the units. Okay. Finally, I get to horses, so I'm going to multiply it by another fraction. And this, we have that 2 cows is equivalent to 3 horses. And finally, I'm at the unit of horses, so I'm pretty much done with the conversion. I just need my final answer. Okay, cow divided by cow is 1, so cows has canceled. So from here, we've canceled out chickens, pigs, and cows, and we're left with horses. To get your answer, you can do about this multiple ways. Some people will divide this, multiply by this, and then divide by that and multiply by that. That is a little confusing for students, so I just tell everyone to multiply across and then divide by what's on the bottom. So if you notice here, we are multiplying. This is multiplication, multiplication. So everything we're going to multiply, but then this line here obviously means division. So we would have to divide the top divided by the bottom. Okay, so 1,500 times 3 is 4,500. And then on the bottom, I have 25 times 10 times 2, which is 500. So we would do the top divided by the bottom. So 4,500 divided by 500, and that gets me 9 horses. So what this means is that 1,500 chickens would get you 9 horses. So this one is a more realistic conversion. This is something you could see in everyday life. We're going to be converting 500 grams to ounces. And the conversion factors that we have is that 1 pound is equal to 454 grams, and that 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound. So my given in this case is the 500 grams. That's what I have to work with. So that's what I'm going to work with. So we're going to set this up. Okay, I put my given is 500 grams. My unknown is the number of ounces. And the conversion factors I'm going to use is that 1 pound is equal to 454 grams, and that 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound. So I'm starting off with grams, so I need to cancel out grams by putting that conversion factor on the bottom. So I have that 454 grams is 1 pound. Okay, so now I've canceled out the unit of grams. So grams divided by grams is 1. Notice I'm not canceling out the numbers. I'm just canceling out the units. Okay, next I have pounds. Okay, I want to get to ounces. I know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So with this, the pounds cancels out. Okay, and now I'm left with my desired unit, which is ounces, which is what I wanted. So I have successfully gone from grams to ounces. And we would do the same thing as we did in the last problem. We're going to multiply the top divided by what's on the bottom. So 1,500 times 16 divided by 454. Sorry, 500 times 16 is 8,000 divided by 454 is 17.6 ounces. So therefore, 500 grams is equal to 17.6 ounces, which makes sense because 454 grams is about 1 pound, and 1 pound is about 16 ounces. So this is a good conversion for us. Now, this very last conversion is really important in chemistry because it deals with something called the mole, which we will be using a lot. And the mole is a unit for the quantity or amount of a substance, very simply. So just to get our feet wet with mole conversions, which we'll be doing a lot of, this question is asking how many grams are in 2.55 moles of water. Now, water is H2O, which has a molar mass of 18.02 grams per mole. So here we've written out the conversion factor for you, that 1 mole of water is equal to 18.02 grams. So this is my conversion factor. My given is that I have 2.33 moles of water. I want to know how many grams that is. So to set that up, we're going to get organized, write your given, your unknown, what conversion factors you have, and then always start with your given. Okay, so I started off with the 2.33 moles of H2O. The conversion factor says that 1 mole of H2O is 18.02 grams. So moles of water has canceled, and I am now left with grams of water. So we would just do 2.33 times 18.02. And there's the final answer. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.